Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF 44 coming at you another video. All right, so today has been a pretty good day, even though I've been stressing about money and how I'm gonna get it. I think I've been doing a lot more of acting on what needs to be done in regards to kind of promoting myself in the art field um, in a way that I never have before. I got myself two art galleries set up today. One on Art Deviant. Follow me on BDF 44. Spell out the four T4 just like you do with this YouTube thing. And same thing with Art Pal. BDF 44 spelled out at Art Pal. To be honest with you, I just kind of fell into the spelling out the 44. I've never thought BDF 44 should be spelled out. Never did. It was just one. I think it was either this particular one, maybe it was YouTube, or another wouldn't allow me to use the numbers. So it's actually the numbers. If anybody's wondering, like BDF 44 in my head, it's 4 the numbers. But the brand may have to shift because every time I try to use BDF 44, it's already been used. So I got to spell it out. So that might be just what it ends up being. But don't get it twisted. The brand in my head is the numbers. Nevertheless, the only place you're going to find the 4, the only place I could actually use it was Cash App. So if anybody's interested, that's what my Cash App is. But yeah, man, I don't think I'm gonna change that either. And also, my Instagram has still got the 2 numbers on there, and it's been that way the whole time. So I don't know if I ever want to change that. But nevertheless, point is, I got the art galleries up on Art Deviant Art and also on Art Pal, 2 of which I had never heard of until today. But it's just time to get the art out, man. I don't want to put a price tag on it as of yet. For one, I would have to sell the real copies because I couldn't sell the scanned versions because they're actually pictures taken of the art. They need to be scanned in order to be able to sell it on Art Pal. I'm not really interested in selling it because I don't know what the heck the price is, and once you sell it, it's gone. And I don't know if there won't be better ways to sell my art at much better prices once other things start taking off. For example, my channel, if this starts taking off, other things that I'm doing starts taking it off, it'll make it so that my art is worth more. Selling it right now just doesn't seem like the smart move if I think I'm going to rise in popularity. So especially for something that has nothing to do with art, you're gonna be like, oh crap, he does art too. Bam, now the prices are like 500,000 times more than what they're worth if I were to sell it right now while I'm broke. So if anything, I'm just trying to put forth an awareness, try to get my art on as many platforms as possible. Like literally as many platforms as possible. Just let it sit there. I don't care nothing about the money. Just get to know of me in this field all over the world. And so that's the plan, is to just throw as much of my art that I like out there. And the good thing is since I've done so many pieces, there will be a lot of pieces that are of quality that I've done. I think I'm approaching 8,000. I'd say probably what I've found, probably about 500 or 600 of them are really good. So that's the ratio's trash, but I'm not a good artist. I'm just somebody who loves the hobby of it all, and I'm finding that I do have some really good pieces in the midst of that. So this is like anything else. When you do anything enough times, you will get as good as you can get, and I think that's kind of what we are doing with art. But don't get it twisted. That's not a talent of mine, but it is something that I'm going to try to make something of either way, and that's what it is. So I found some good stuff within my collection, and I want to share it with you all. So go check those out, man. I've been doing this stuff for 2 years just to keep my head straight, and I don't know if it worked, but it certainly gave me a lot of art. So once we start getting that awareness going, I hope this art thing can take me places that I've never been, and then from there to be able to take what else I've been doing on this channel and all the other different things I do and raise awareness for that at the same time, you know what I mean? And then try to see if I can turn myself into a very, very, very happy person. So that's really what it's about, man. Trying to find happiness, and I'm gonna find it in art. And one of the things that isn't real to me is letting the art sell itself. I always think that I have to do something to make money. I'm from a world where you have to go somewhere to make money. You gotta do something. You gotta show up every day and hate life in order to make a way. But what I need to believe and what is true about me is that there's a lot of work's already done and need to be paid for. There ain't nothing else to do but to promote it. That's the work. And so that's what the Lord put in my heart today. I was waking up this morning thinking about all these type of things, communicating with my uncle and my grandfather, trying to see if they'll help me monetarily. And that conversation has been stressing me out because I don't want to have that conversation. Even though it's already kind of been had, still, it's just my head. It's not necessarily the reality of it. They may be watching this video. That's how ridiculous my head is. But the point is, that's been a part of the struggle this morning. It's I'm down to my final bit of money with the shares attached to it and everything. I'm almost all the way out of my position, unfortunately. Not to say that I'm staying out of it, because as soon as I'm able, I'm getting right back in. But as of right now, I'm in a bad spot with my AMC, and that's to be understood. The thing's at $4. I've been picking at it for 2 years, haven't worked, haven't gotten any unemployment checks, so it's probably almost time for it to be gone, as it is. And to a point, it's not like I haven't used most of that money. Most of the money was used to make it. It wasn't like I was sitting here and it just drained and I wasn't able to do anything for myself. I didn't spend it the way I should have, but I ate off of it, smoked off of it, got art paper and all that stuff. Oh, that's what the money was. So I don't sit up here saying it was a complete failure. If I would have kept myself working, I'd have more shares than I ever had in my life and plan on getting that just the same. But for now, I'm in a horrible spot, and I don't think anybody's confused about that if you follow me. I ain't never pretended to be somebody who had it financially together, not even close. But what I can say is I put my money where my mouth was in regards to something I believed in and stood on it all the way down. And so now I feel like I deserve to enjoy my life in a different way. I held the line. It didn't manifest. That's okay. Sometimes you take wins, sometimes you take losses. You can either let those losses break you or hold the damn line, because at the end of the day, they haven't covered yet. I didn't say they weren't never going to cover, and that means those on the other side of the fight. So in the meantime, the Lord has given me a hobby in art, a hobby in all different types of art forms, actually, that has allowed me to make something of my life while I was been sitting here wasting away waiting on this thing that has yet to happen. And as a result, I think I probably have enough to promote myself and hopefully create a life for myself. I really do believe that. In this thing is enough art probably do some really good things in life, man. So I need somewhere to put it, and a dumpster ain't gonna do it. So trying to promote the stuff on these various platforms, maybe somebody will be willing to value it, and we can start having some type of process for making it make me money. So that's really what it is, man. That's where my head is. I have not been allowing myself to feel depressed or feel as anxious as I would otherwise need to basically be fully absorbent of the problems I have. It's just kind of like, just kind of doing what I can control. I know that if I go out there and try to work, that would probably be the most beneficial solution to my issue. But I still haven't organically decided that I want to do that, despite needing to so bad. I've thought about doing everything but going back to do security, and so I just chalk that up as a part of the mental health thing. You know what I mean? The fact that I still need to go to work and yet still haven't chosen to, it's just something I don't even fight myself about anymore. It's like, all right, well, that's who you are. So just like you would treat anybody else who has a problem, you treat yourself the same way. It's like, all right, well, we ain't gonna ask you to do nothing you can't do. How about we focus on what you can do? And that's what I've been doing. So it's like, you know, not to say that I'm giving myself any excuses, but rather than to go into places that are gonna have me be not so productive, I'm gonna do the things that I ultimately know can make me productive, and let the things outside of my control be as they are. So that's what it is. Letting those things be. I've communicated with different apartment lenders, but at the same time, it's like still running into the same problems. The second person that I told y'all I was trying to communicate with ended up hitting me with the same issue the other person did, essentially saying, we want to run your credit, set it up for them to run my credit, which reminds me I gotta disconnect from that company before the 26th, or they're gonna charge me $30 per month until I do. Same old credit scam. Did that process with them, and then they proceeded to tell me they wanted me to link up with another company in regards to doing another one for them. Like, wait a minute, I just did your link, I did it properly, I showed you my credit, it approved for what it is you told me, and now you want me to connect with another company in the same way? Clearly, you're a scam artist. Clearly, this is more bullcrap. So what I found is, if you're gonna look for prices on Craigslist that stay in the range that's below what you're supposed to be having in this area, the people who are out to scam you are aware of that, and they have nestled themselves comfortably in those places. That's essentially what I'm here to tell you. I've been searching for the range of anywhere from $500 a month to $900 a month. In LA, you're probably not going to find anything reasonable for under $2,000 a month. You see what I'm saying? So anybody that knows you, if you're looking for something that you're probably not going to find, chances are what you're going to find is people who are trying to take advantage of people who don't have anything, hoping they'll be stupid enough to do it. And so that's what I've run into. Almost every link is attached to somebody that wants me to do something that doesn't seem right. So it gets to a point where you're like, all right, well, I'm not getting anywhere with that avenue. And you just stress yourself out and you start getting depressed over that. And it's like, nah, I can't continue to do that. I can't continue to do that because it makes me less focused, and it makes it so that I'm not able to do what I need to do in other areas as well. I find myself stuck on that and then spiraling. So I just stay away from it. I do what I can in that space and I stay away. Go back over there, look over there, find something, connect with somebody. If I can't find something, going back to things that ultimately I can do. Because at the end of the day, it's about managing this mind of mine, and I'm hanging on by a string at all times. So I don't have any patience for scam artists and stuff that's gonna have me throwing stuff around my house. You know, if I can't do nothing about it, then I shouldn't address it. Is how I'm approaching it. So that's what it is, man. I'm gonna look for apartments as I can. I'm fortunate enough that they haven't put the letter on my door telling me I have 5 days or more to find an extension excuse or get the hell out of here. But at the end of the day, man, everything within my control is being done. I'm taking care of myself. I'm trying to, take care of my body, eating as properly as I can, living as frugal as I always have in this situation. You know what I mean? Barely doing what I got to do to make it with the very little that I have. And that's just it. And continuing to stay on my grind in regards to this channel and the art and all of that. It's only going to be more so a focus for me going forward. So as things get worse, I'm going to become more determined. At least that's the intention. And let God handle the rest, man. Stay in communication with the Holy Spirit and continue to allow him to guide me toward what will ultimately get me out of the situation, rather than being mulling over what ultimately is not working, which doesn't work. So that's pretty much it, man. Asking for some courage, I guess the word is what I'm praying for. Courage to take on what it is that I would otherwise rebuke. A job, for example, a security position that I ultimately have been rebuking. I've been asking for the strength to get back into it if it's what he wants me to do. And so that's where we are, asking for him to unlock within me what is otherwise locked, that would otherwise keep me in a position to not have what I need. But from what I'm seeing, he's been able to make good on my day, given the fact that I posted about 80 art pieces on DeviantArt and probably about 50 something on ArtPal. So yeah, we're getting things done. And I've already had on DeviantArt 5 people favorited one of my pieces, different pieces each person. So that tells you right now, and that took an hour. That's the ratio on my art right now. It took an hour for me to be favorited by 5 different humans. So God bless all of them. God bless all of y'all. Go check out what I'm doing. If they happen to be following me, thank you. If not, that's cool too, because I want people to know me from different spaces. That's how this thing is going to come together. If it goes the way I'm dreaming it's going to go, I'm going to be arising to fame or stardom in 4 different categories without people actually knowing it's me in each of those categories, because those groups will not communicate with one another. Art field don't mess with the Laker field. The Laker field likely won't mess with whatever else I'm doing in music. And so it's just like, yo, that's BDF too. Yeah, that's him too. That's him too. Yeah, that's him too. And that's how you're going to know me if this comes together properly. In a bag from every area, man. You know what I'm saying? Give me $1 million from that, $1 million from that, $1 million from that. And I'm in a position to invest for real. And so that's how I'm looking at it. The Lord gave me a lot of different interests, maybe a few talents in those interests. And 39 years of doing things the wrong way. So a lot of time has been wasted. Caps my upside, maybe not, depending on how this field, how this era treats people who are late in life and what they're doing. But when you believe yourself to be talented and willing to put in the work, there shouldn't be any reason that you can't reach your highest level. So that's what I preach on this channel, and that's what I hope to enact in my own life as I scrape the bottom of the barrel. I can tell you I'm at rock bottom. I don't think it's ever been this bad in my life, never. But I'm stronger than I've been, so it doesn't feel like I'm doing as bad as I've ever done, which is ultimately what it's all about. So that's where I'm at, man. Keeping the grind going. I appreciate all the support. Go check me out on them art platforms, DeviantArt and ArtPal, BDF 44, spell it out, and I'm out.